Welcome to another episode of the Jets Life Podcast. I'm joined, as always, on Tuesday evenings by Big Dom. We got a big show in store for today. We got recap of another Victory Monday because the Jets, all they do is win now over the last 5 weeks, more wins than losses. Granted, against teams with backup quarterbacks in play for the most part, but they're staying competitive in these games. We'll talk through that. We got the Dolphins coming up this week where we'll be joined by Captain D and or Curtis at some point here in the next 30 minutes or so. Let's dive right into it. First things first. Jets get their third win of the season. Dom, talk to me about how this game came to an upset.
So upset. I don't know if the word upset is an upset, but I we had a feeling though. I thought they were going to come on the other end of it, especially when they got the ball back and all. Atlanta at the end of the game, when they had the ball at the 40, it was. I thought that was going to be over, but you know what, man, I'm happy with what I'm seeing here. I mean, at the end of the day, of course we want the best pick possible, but this team needs wins, man. The team needs to have that positive energy going into week after week, play these games with high emotions, and you're starting to see Glenn starting to pave his way. He's got his players are starting to play good too. They're not playing elite, but they're playing much, much better. First 5 weeks, man, I thought we were going to have the worst team ever in football. But now I'll tell you, definitely not the worst team in football. I'll tell you right now. We're probably, right where we deserve to be. I think there are about 5 or 6 teams definitely worse than we are. So, I liked what I seen out of their offense. I liked what I seen their defense play a little better too. Coming up with big stops at the end, which was huge. Still don't have REINT but that's I don't know if we're ever going to get one this year. That'd be something else.
Got another turnover though.
Yeah, they did. Special teams, dude. That's our highlight of. I'm telling you, that special teams is something else.
Yeah, they've been outstanding all year. And you talked about it, right? Like five weeks into the season, this looked like it was going to be a colossal failure for this team. Over the last 7 weeks, it hasn't been great. They've had their issues. The Broncos game was a close game, but there was definite coaching mishaps in that game. The Panthers game, but I think you say a lot of that has to do with just the quarterback in play. I wonder if the Broncos game, those like late half decisions by Glenn, maybe go in a different direction. If you had even a modicum of trust in Justin Fields. Panthers game, very similar. Wish he would have kind of pulled the plug a little bit sooner than he did in that game to go to Tyrod Taylor. And then you go the last 5 weeks, they have a winning record, 3-2, wins against the Bengals, Browns, and now the Falcons. And with this game specifically, listen, they stayed in it. They got off to an early lead, fell behind, and every single time that they've faced adversity where, the Falcons took a lead, they score at the end of the first half, first drive of the second half. Jets punch right back with a 50-yard touchdown to Adonai Mitchell. Falcons could hit a field goal at the end of the third quarter. Jets' very first possession, they tie it up. Falcons score a touchdown. Very next possession, the Jets take a long drive, almost 7 minutes, game time touchdown. And then their defense came on the field with under 2 minutes left and had 2 3-and-out stops against the Falcons, sandwiched by a 3-and-out of their own. And then Tyrod just, had a short field because Isaiah Williams is looking like an outstanding punt returner ever since being benched. He gets a short field, a couple first downs, a couple completions, and game-winning 56-yard field goal for
Nick Folk.
I don't know how old Nick Folk is, man.
Dude, it was so weird. They were, so I didn't know until that game that Nick Folk actually played with Aaron Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
That is so. Let me tell you something. That's come on.
So the story about that, they didn't actually play together.
Oh.
They were in training camp together.
Oh, okay.
Glenn got cut at the other training camp, but they were
That's just nuts, though.
on the same team for a little bit of time. That was when Glenn was with Dallas for that 1 year. But yeah, I forget who mentioned it, but yeah, it was out there. They didn't actually play games together in the regular season, but still, nonetheless, they shared a locker room for some period of time. But overall, I mean, listen, say what you want about the draft position, all that crap. I'm not really too worried about it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you pick. You just need to pick the right people. Sure, would I love for the Jets to be picking second, third, first, somewhere in that range, and have a shot at Mendoza, a player that I've looked at a lot and think very highly of based on what I've seen? Sure, but we still don't know what Mendoza is. He could still very easily slip down the draft board. If he has a poor showing against Ohio State this week, has a poor showing in his first playoff game, whenever they play that a few weeks later, these teams are going to go into a little concern about, did he mostly get here because of, the teams he faced as opposed to, the talent that he is. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think he put some stats together against Ohio State, but that's going to be obviously a huge test for him this weekend. But at the end of the day, they're going to get a good player. They're going to be picking top 10 for sure. Your only hope is maybe some of these other quarterbacks that we're hearing aren't going to come out. Maybe a couple of them do declare.
Yeah.
Maybe Dante Moore has a strong showing in the postseason and says, hey, someone's going to bring me in.
What about that kid from USC? What's his name?
Mayala. If you're going to get him, you're going to get him in the late first round, early second round.
See, that might be the best route to go.
I don't know. I honestly, I personally would rather just say, unless you have reason to believe that he's something there. But I honestly think you're playing with just throwing away assets at that point.
No, I get it.
If he was worth it, and I'm not saying he's not, but you would think he'd be getting a little more praise at the top of the draft. But who knows? Maybe it is a trigger you pull if you're in the second round. You have two of those picks, look like two top 15 picks in the second round.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Maybe you can take a pick right there on a quarterback, and worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. Pick another one next year. It just, I don't know. I'm a huge fan of they have all these picks, 8 picks in the first 2 rounds of the next 2 years.
Build the roster.
I'm a big fan of using every single one of those picks.
Premium assets.
Yeah, and being able to find starters, as opposed to trading up, for example.
Dude, you know what I want? It's probably not going to happen even then. That kid Reese and McDonald.
Reese and McDonald?
Yeah,
so defense tackle?
Yeah, he's an Aaron Glenn player, dude.
I just can't see him going defense.
I mean, you can.
Ugh.
No, I get it. But if you're thinking about this, all right, or if you don't, I don't think Reese is going to be there for the Jets, but McDonald will be there. But maybe with that second pick, you take the Florida State wide receiver, Tate.
Ohio State?
Yeah, what's his name over there?
Carnell Tate?
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's going to be there that late. That's the thing. I think he's top 15.
Oh, he's a top 15. You move up.
I think all 3 of those guys go top 15.
We need to get one of those guys, dude.
I think Tyson, Tate, and Lemon all go top 15. Those are the top 3 guys, and then you have that next tier of, a number of players that you can kind of pick and choose from. But those are your top 3 guys that are going to be going early in the draft. I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out, how it falls and stuff like that. But
yeah, true. There's a lot of time for March or April.
Yeah, 5 games left. We don't even know where we're picking yet. We don't even know what that Colts pick is going to look like. We don't know really anything. I mean, the sooner the Colts get out, the better, because then we
I just hope they miss the playoffs. Even better.
I don't think they miss the playoffs.
18 to 19.
They got 8 wins. It's very possible the way that the league is shaking out this year. All they need is one more to really kind of squeeze in, because nobody's running away with it. There's so many teams
bunched together.
Yeah, Baltimore's a wild card team at 6-6 right now.
Yeah,
Are they gonna win the next 5 games? No, I don't think so. They don't look that good. Buffalo's 8-4. They're probably in, but like you look behind them. You have Houston is at 7-5. They're outside looking in, and then the next teams are Pittsburgh, Kansas City,
Jeez.
6-6. I mean, there's a lot of noise back there, but I mean, Kansas City would have to get to
10 wins.
10-7. So they'd have to go 4-1 the rest of the way. I mean, not saying they can't do it. Same with Pittsburgh. They'd have to go 4-1. I don't know tiebreaker scenarios, obviously, but like you're saying 4-1 to eclipse Indianapolis.
10 wins.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just to think, if we went to Tyrod earlier, we'd probably be sitting at 6 wins. At least 5.
Maybe 5.
We win that Denver game. We win that Carolina game. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. I mean, definitely a Denver game. Denver was sleepwalking that game. I don't know what the heck they were doing.
Hey, the Jets defense came to play, bro.
Nah, I mean, I think Denver was just not. I don't know. They just did not look like the team that they are right now.
Like you said, they played it like, oh, we're playing the Jets. Who cares, right? What did you think this week? I mean, what were you like? What did you like most about watching the Jets this week, besides just getting the W?
I like the way the defense played the first half. Again, very strong first half. Didn't like the end of the half. There was a couple penalties, give Falcons some field position, but strong first half performance. It's so weird with this defense. I mean, there's something there, obviously. There's players there, but still no turnovers. We talked about it last week, and I mean, this is another week of it. But the defensive ends, like Will McDonald, I mean, he had a couple of nice plays. He got a sack, and he had that key third down tackle. I forget when exactly in the game it was. Big stop there to tackle Bijan Robinson. I think that's when they held him to a field goal.
That was in the first quarter.
No, that's easy. That was easy.
Oh, the easy. That was an awesome play, man. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what you can really kind of tip your hat to. A lot of young players making plays.
Even Malachi Moore.
Malachi Moore. This wasn't even a good game for him. I thought he played okay. I just think up and down a little bit this game. Kyle Pitts shredded us to pieces. I mean, the linebackers are still concerned.
Our linebackers are trash, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the biggest highlight I would say is Andy Mitchell. I mean, I think the Jets have something with Mitchell and Mechie being like your third and fourth receivers.
I think so too. And let me tell you something. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, if not Mechie, but if AD Mitchell starts to play like this, dude, clear cut number 2 even. Put outside of opposite of Garrett Wilson. I
told you about this last week. I don't want that shit.
Why?
I don't want this team going into a season saying, okay, here's this guy that showed a little bit of hype. Let's give him the number 2 wide receiver role, and then maybe he goes back to,
same old AD,
same old crap, and then you're in a situation like, okay, the Jets have no receiver help here on outside of Garrett Wilson.
I mean,
you still have to address wide receiver at some point. Maybe it's not as,
but maybe not with your first round pick. Maybe with a second rounder.
Yeah,
I mean, take a flyer.
Just a little bit of a tricky situation there with the wide receiver position. I mean, I know we sit here and say they could use a wide receiver, they could use a wide receiver, but next year's wide receiver class, I mean, I don't know if they'll be picking a wide receiver, obviously, because they might need to pick a quarterback instead. But next year's wide receiver class is pretty damn solid too, and they're gonna have 3 first-round picks to kind of finagle with. I don't know, but it's also a weird situation. Like, where do you find yourself? Who's available at the top of the draft? I mean, there's plenty. Like I said, there's plenty of receivers available. You can get someone's second-round pick, but I don't know.
I know if we sit
we're talking draft. We don't even know where we're picking. We don't know what the second-round pick is going to be. The first-round picks.
Yeah, no, I get it.
There's a lot.
Too early, man. There's too much shit that could still go on between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
But I mean, to go in some negatives, I mean, just to be that guy, I have concerns about the penalties seem to be creeping their heads up again. There was a few weeks. There was a few weeks in the season where it seemed like the penalties were down, but this game like 9 penalties again, and it's been a case for like the last few weeks. 9 penalties this week. I think they had like
7 last week.
7 against the Ravens, 7 against the Patriots, 7 against Cleveland. I mean,
you know what though? I mean, a lot of these. Remember this too. I mean, a lot of these kids are playing that are young too, so there's going to be a lot of little mental mistakes and all that. But it's not the same old friggin' penalties like hitting the guy out of bounds, roughing the passer penalties.
It was those kind of penalties this game.
All right, what you know? What's funny?
Like it was McCrary Ball.
Oh, he was doing the worm dance.
McCrary Ball had the late hit on Kirk Cousins after giving up the 25-yard reception to Bijan. He hits Cousins. That's like a 40-yard play.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It was like a 40-yard play because it was like a half distance penalty because they were like close to the red zone. And then you also had him doing that stupid little dance thing after. I forget who it was. I forget who had the tackle for a loss. But I think it would have brought like third and 13, 3rd and 14 or something like that. Instead of automatic first down. Like those kind of penalties really bother me. Especially McCrary Ball. He's like, isn't he a captain? I'm pretty sure. Like, didn't they give him when the captain? I think he is.
So. Is he really?
I'm pretty sure.
The hell is he?
I'm looking it up here, but I'm pretty sure the Jets gave him one of the captain. Justin Fields, Vera Tucker, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, Marcelino McCrary Ball, one of the captains. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, so I mean, two of their defensive three of the defensive captains. Jamian Sherwood has been a bust. Quinton Williams isn't here anymore, and then McCrary Ball looking like a fool on the fucking field, doing some stupid shit, giving up a penalty. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah, the kid wants to have fun, but that's I don't know.
Dude, listen to this. Jets like captains. Justin Fields isn't a starter.
I know.
Elijah Vera Tucker is out for the year. Garrett Wilson hasn't played in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it's been.
Is he coming back next week?
Wilson, I wouldn't bring him back.
Oh, you're saying not
unless he's like 110%. There's no sense. I mean, I don't see a reason to bring him back. I mean, obviously he's gonna want to play. He's gonna want to come back, but I don't see a reason to bring that guy back. Tommy,
negative talking.
Tommy, we got Curtis and Captain D popping on here in a few minutes. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. 6 captains, not one is on the field for a victory. It's kind of crazy. Only the Jets.
It is.
But I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. 3 wins in the last 5 weeks, and a big game coming out this week. And while we're at it, I mean, why don't we jump right into it and invite from Ace Per Head. Does a great job every Saturday on Tommy's channel on the AFC Shakedown. Analyst for the Miami Dolphins, Curtis. Curtis, how you doing, bro?
Not so good. I predicted you guys to lose.
You did. I told you, man. I told you I had a feeling about this one. I don't think that's too often. It's a far time away from choo-choo times, but this was one I don't know. I just felt. I don't know. I felt it. I knew Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins actually had a better game than I thought he would. But overall, pretty good, solid game. I don't know. Do you want to give your insights? You always come up with some good stats out there. So
I didn't actually watch the game or study it yet. I probably should have. I spent like 9 hours doing this Tua video because it's just so annoying being a Dolphins fan. You know, he's either the greatest thing ever or he's the worst thing ever. So I had to like dig in and do every single play of his pass game, could try to figure it out myself. Like I feel like there's a spell. And when the game was over, I'm like, oh, this is the worst game ever. And then I went back. I'm like, how did I get there? It was a bad game. Don't get me wrong, but so I'm sorry. I'm thinking about us versus you guys.
No, you're good.
But I didn't dig into that Atlanta game. But I was a little upset, man, that you guys, because now we got to go face you in maybe a cold. What's the weather going to be like? And Tommy, screw you, Tommy.
I think it was gonna be like 38 degrees. I'm hearing.
Oh. No, well,
Yeah.
what about it's usually pretty windy because you probably can't tell, but I'm a New Yorker, so it's Jersey, which it's
There you
close
go.
enough. But there's probably going to be some wind. You think there'll be any snow or anything, any precipitation?
I didn't see anything like that.
I'm looking at the weather right now.
It's the wind and wind and precipitation that I worry about. Not so much the coldness is really cold. Because Tua's arm's not so big, so the wind really screws with them. And then the rain, my man Achan's going to slide all over the place. So if it's nice and healthy, I think I'll feel good. It's just nice and dry. Hey, Dom, right? It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here, man. Yes, sir.
So it's shaping up 40 degrees. Doesn't look like rain right now, but I feel like it rains every week. They're just playing in New York, but yeah, 40 degrees feels like 46. So there you go. You got it's going to be a little warmer for you guys.
Oh man,
let's dive right into it, Curtis.
Yes, sir.
So first off, obviously the easy target here is Dolphins' record over the last under Mike McDaniels in cold weather games. What do you think about that, Curtis? I mean, have they gotten? Has he figured out that it gets cold in the north?
Yeah, well, we almost beat Tommy's Bills in the snow if McDaniel had run the damn ball a little bit more. So, we kind of suck if it's really cold. For me, it's the wind and the rain. That's the death sentence for my team: wind and rain. The cold doesn't have, but that's not too cold.
Yeah,
I think just McDaniel in general is a bit of an airhead. Like he has some good ideas, but he's spacey and he like screws things up. So, I think he'll have. I think it's going to be a big. We almost lost to you though in our house, so who the hell knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, but that was a weird one though. Like you guys controlled the game for the most part, and then we had that Miracle Fields 4th and 1 run. I mean, I don't know. As close as it was, I really wasn't overly concerned. There were a few calls in that game that really pissed me off. There was the Garrett Wilson offensive pass interference.
That was bad.
Pulled a touchdown. That was terrible. There was
you guys called it up going in the end zone was big on that first drive. That was a killer.
Yeah, the fumble. Yeah, that was one of the shoot ourselves in the head type of situations. But Justin Fields got hit a few times late in that game. I don't know. I didn't really call it too much on the refs, but there's some concerns there, especially when it gets close like that. I mean, I've said it a million times. Like the Jets, are going to be like that team at the end of the year. It's like everyone trying to give a little hope for it. It's like, oh, they've been in so many one-score games. That's obviously one that kind of pops out. But I never really saw that game. Same as the Tampa game. Both ended up as one-score games.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like those are mostly controlled by the other team for the most part. Tyrod for president. What do you think about that, Curtis? You think Curtis?
I guess if he beats us, but man, that's got to suck for you now. Like you're starting to win a little too many games.
Yeah. I mean, here's my thing, and I talk about it all the time. Like, yeah, of course, we want the quarterback. We want to tank. We want figure it all out. We have all the draft capital in the world. I don't want to waste it all trading up for a quarterback. Not really wasting, obviously. You want the quarterback, but at the end of the day, we still have to evaluate the coach too. If we can get the best quarterback, but all it takes is a bad coach to just ruin the guy. I mean, look at the Giants this year. They got Jackson Dart, and what's he going through right now? It's a freaking mess over there because they had to fire the coach. It's just a complete disaster. Next year they're going to bring in a new coach. Hopefully the coach and the GM, if they fire the GM too, want to work with Jackson Dart. I mean, obviously, that would be obviously a prerequisite, you would think, from the Mara family. Say, hey, here's the situation. We have a 1-year quarterback. He's your guy. You want to work with him. But, you know the way it is. A new regime comes in. They're always looking towards the future. They're always looking to get their guy. It'll be up to Jackson Dart to really elevate his game to that next level, similar to what Drake May did this year.
And he's got to not get concussed. The guy's he's getting his noodle rocked every game, man. He's got to take care of himself.
That's a concern too. That's a major concern for him. He's got to play smarter.
What are you talking about, Drake?
No, Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Drake May was last year getting his noodle rocked, and now it's
he did.
Now it's talk.
He had a few moments last year.
Oh yeah, he was in five trips for the blue tent, the head thing.
Nah, you know what? You just said the Mets are winning too many games and all that, but you know what, man? I've seen this all the time. Like I've seen them lose all these games, even if they think they have the right guy. It's not the right guy. So you know what? It won't work. So just win the games. You know, have a positive energy for once.
Yeah.
That's what they need, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, really, I would say if you guys get, like say that 5 to 8 range, even trade out and just get more draft capital. Just keep that. That's what we screwed up with stupid Chris Greer. He had to trade up. He had to reach for guys. I didn't know what the hell was wrong with him. Just trade back, man. Hey, Captain D.
Hey, what's going on?
Reinforcements.
We got a room now. We got a party. How's it going, Captain D, man?
It's going good. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, man.
It's weird seeing you guys like on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is weird, but I like it. I like it though.
Tuesday night.
Yep.
Your room's much darker today than it is usually on our.
I had to because the light in the fan it's causing so much glare that I was like, let me turn it off. I'm getting a little bit of a reflection from the laptop. So this is
you're Mr. Mysterious. Don't worry about it, Dave.
Oh man. I see Tommy's in here.
Yeah, Tommy's in the chat. I know I haven't introduced both of you, but this is my brother Dom. He hops on me and
Hey Dom, what's going on, man? Brothers,
and this is Curtis. He's on our Saturday show. Captain D down below. Both Dolphin fans, obviously.
How about them Dolphins, eh?
Hey,
amazing! I told you
now. It's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I told you. Didn't I tell you we're starting 40,000 D chess? The super Rubik's Cube impossible mission is ready to kick off. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're taking it all, man. Dude was purposely playing dead just to make it look better.
Did you guys play Baltimore yet? I forget if you guys did or not.
Yeah, we did. We lost to them. We played them.
You lost. I was saying because they're 6-6. You guys are 5-7. Technically, a win and a Baltimore loss. If you guys beat them, but unfortunately,
we lost to the Chargers and we lost to them. So we got 2 big tiebreakers. We screwed up.
Yep.
Man, you just got to win out, man.
Yeah. Win out.
Yeah, not happening.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta pay rent, so I gotta go win lotto. It's about as good as
Unfortunately, Dolphins have been eliminated from the divisional race. The Patriots did get their 11th win on the season, so unfortunately, your opportunity at that 10-7 divisional record, divisional win, is not on the table any longer for you guys. And the Patriot fans, they've been through a lot, and they finally found their quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here with that.
Years of suffering, decades.
They finally found their guy after this long, tumultuous 3 years. Oh, my God.
It's the worst. I hate every single year when we're in the hunt. It's like it's terrible, and it's just a false.
I pray for the year that the Jets are in the hunt, or even in the ground.
Yeah, that's true too.
Every year we're just in Tankathon and look at how close we are to the top. And unfortunately, the top isn't the number 1 seed.
They suck so
and
bad.
Even that we can't figure it out.
Jeez. And for the last 16 years, we haven't made the playoffs.
Oh wow.
16 years, 15 going on to 16. And yet, all throughout all that misery, we have not yet locked in a first pick in the first round, ever.
The last time was Keyshawn, 98.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Wow.
Last time.
Yeah, we haven't won a playoff in 24, but I think we've been to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Three.
That's just hard, man.
really
that's
is.
just hard. I mean, we both have our own like forms of crap to deal with.
We suck.
Both are just like embarrassingly like just like how is it even possible? For the longest time, you guys had Cincinnati working your way, right? Like they had some sort of like 30-year drought or whatever it was.
Yeah. Even they broke it.
No, and not only did they break it, they made it to the Super Bowl in that same season.
I know.
It's like you haven't won a playoff game in all these years. It's just
Right, I think they shot their load because right after that, Burrow just got injured all the time. They may be back to the crap.
It's awful. I feel bad for Burrow. Like he's got to play like a full season healthy. Like,
why do you feel bad for
those
the guys
receivers?
Freaking $40 million a year. You feel bad?
No, I mean like I get that, but like, dude, if that guy's on the field, like he's the biggest kryptonite to the Chiefs. I don't care what anybody says. He's beaten them in Arrowhead before. Obviously, he lost them the following year, but that was his second season with that terrible offensive line. He still freaking went to Arrowhead.
He's always got substandard teams as far as like the trenches. The defense was good, skills were good, but that offense,
the defense was better with what's his name, Lou Anaromo. Then he got fired. Where's he now? Is he
He's with Atlanta, isn't he?
No.
Yes, I thought so.
No, Atlanta's got Ulbrich. Yeah,
our guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Where did Anarumo go? He played someone we played this year. Who did he?
I'm looking it up right now.
I can't remember. I don't remember my kids' names. When a week is gone, dude, I forget everything, man. I used to remember it all in detail. Now it's like, what? We played this year? I thought this was week 1.
When you guys, so that Saints game, and you guys played, dude. So what? All right, you guys are up 16-0.
Yep.
Once the Saints scored that first touchdown, what were you guys thinking right off the bat? And then they got that ball back.
Oh, we're gonna probably screw the pooch, or it's gonna be super close.
Yeah,
it's super close, or we're gonna screw the pooch.
Yep.
Yeah, it was nuts, and that crazy call at the end.
That was not an onside kick recovery. I don't know how.
That's what they were trying to figure out, but only because they ruled it an actual recovery, they didn't have enough to overturn it. Was that what it was?
Who knows? They make this stuff up on the fly.
They do, man.
They totally do.
Like, you'll see one guy, he'll get tackled. Like, before the ball even hits his hands, it's like no penalty. And another guy, he'll touch him on the shoulder, and it's like penalty. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, man.
I try not to think about it too much, man.
Bro, these
one
refs
call that confused the shit out of me is the whole 2 feet in bounds thing. Like, how is it that you can have both tiptoes in bounds and you're in for a catch, but then if your heel touches first and then your toe touches out of bounds, it's incomplete? It's like, where's the difference there? That's a rule. That's what happened last year with when the Chiefs played the Ravens, and it happened.
They just made that. Did that work? That worked for the Chiefs, right?
Of course it was. Of course.
Oh, so they just made that up on the spot. Somebody was writing that down. Man. Are you kidding me? That was never in the books before. They're like, holy crap, we got to make something up. Heels.
All of a sudden, the whole foot needs to be down.
Yeah,
but the tiptoes are fine.
I'm sure everybody watched last night. But how much are you buying into the Patriots? You think it's? I was just talking to Tommy about this.
I think they got a chance to win a round.
Really?
Yeah, I think because they're probably gonna have home field advantage.
Wow.
And they might actually have the bye too. So I don't know if they'd win. I don't know if they'd win the divisional round, but they could probably get a bye. All these other teams are slogging it out. They might have the best record in the AFC.
I think they will. I'm on board with that. Like, for instance, I just think that's just a well-coached team. I mean, we see the difference between last year and this year. I mean, I know they brought in a lot of talent, but Vrabel is just a man. And hey, Drake May looks really good. So you got those two together. I mean, that's basically that's winning recipe.
It's just like the Dolphins with McDaniel and Tua, man. Same thing.
I'll be honest with you, though. I really thought you guys were going to be something like, wow. Especially that first year when you guys got Tyreek Hill. And, I mean, it was looking up and up. Right outside those injuries to Tua, I mean, I thought you guys were probably one of the better teams in the AFC.
Well, you know what
Chris
it is?
has been telling us for years. He's been saying it for so long.
I've been saying for a long time because they didn't have. I believe it's inside out. The NFL world runs around the offensive line and then the defensive front. And so the Dolphins, they just were so thin. They had three guys, Connor and Hunt, the center and right guard, were phenomenal. Maybe the best combo I've seen in 20 plus years. But then you had Tehran, who was gimpy, and you had nothing. You had Austin Jackson, who's a turnstile. You had Liam Eichenberg, who's a turnstile. And so I knew that the league, I saw the league in around 2021 moving to pass balance and running becoming more and more of an asset. And my idiot schmuck GM thought fun ball and pass rush and, screw them offensive linemen was the way to go. So we were able to blow out average teams just because there was so much talent. But once we went against a decent team with the quarterback, offensive, defensive line, we got smacked around every single time, except for Tommy's crappy Bills.
That's still. I mean, that's insane. Listen, I know. Like as a Jet fan, we should be like rooting for losses, tanking, whatever. But man, if that Week 18, if Buffalo needs a win in situation, and they're going up against us,
sign me up, man.
Oh my god! I swear to God, I would be like my Super Bowl for the year. I'd be like, all right, we're good.
Dude, I would get to call Tommy up. Tommy, I'm going to the playoffs. You're not.
No,
that would be awesome. I'd love that.
I don't have any
Tommy,
towards the Bills.
I love Tommy. He's my guy. Tommy's my man.
No, he's awesome.
I'd love to see him suffer.
I gotta get him on that week. Hopefully he has some time. I don't know what his Tuesdays look like, but he was on chat earlier, so but that would be actually pretty hilarious if that game actually means something.
And the best would be it means something, and they already got it wrapped up, and they just throw out their four stringers. Watching Tommy looking at the game. No.
Oh my god,
that would be sweet.
I know Tommy's a big and I probably lean this way too, but man, if they did get trounced out of the playoffs, I'd be very interested what that ownership does. Like, you probably only got, and not saying you only got 3 years left of prime Josh Allen. You got plenty of years left, but you have your window obviously is closing quick now. Drake Mays and the Patriots are back up there. You have all these teams like Bo Nix in Denver. Chiefs are still going to be around. You kind of have to make that next move. And Tommy is still down here saying that they're going to do nothing. I don't know, man. That'd be so difficult for me. As a fan to be okay, we just obviously the coaching has lost its flavor. Obviously the message isn't being heard loud enough inside the building. I mean, there's talent there. Probably not to the level Tommy would appreciate. He makes it vocal.
I appreciate it. I'm appreciating it.
But damn, you'd almost have to consider I don't know what coach is out there, but there's options for sure. Someone will squeak available. I mean, I'm not saying it's McCarthy, but there's coaches out there.
Tomlin
might be available.
Harbaugh.
Well, yeah, I brought this up to Tommy because I was watching a podcast of some beat writers down here in South Florida, and they brought up Josina Anderson or something like that. She's a writer or something I don't know if she's with ESPN or not. And she wrote that there was she talked to a viable source, and there was supposedly going to be a big, firing or separation. And the word on the street was it could be Tomlin, Harbaugh, and then they kind of sprinkled McDermott in there, and Tommy's like, no, there's no way. But that would be something if the Bills were one and done in the playoffs and they fired Sean McDermott. Tommy swears they're not going to. It's not going to happen.
I mean, I think the likelihood of it is more 20% yes, 80% no.
Yeah.
That's probably more likely. But if you're the, like I said, if you're the ownership, you got to kind of look at this window with Josh Allen and say, okay, this guy has had him for so long, and we keep kind of hitting this this roadblock that was the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs suck, and you would think this would be our opportunity, and we get laughed by the Patriots, which is obviously like back to square one, really. Thinking about it, back to where we started. Yeah. I mean, that'd be a very interesting conversation that they should have internally. But again, I think it's kind of a moot point. I think it's 20-80% that he's still there. And they're kind of trying to run it back. Possibly with a new GM, maybe, and a new offensive coordinator, which this would be his third or fourth offensive coordinator, I believe.
I know it was Dorsey before.
Dable got the job. Joe Brady.
Dorsey.
Was it Dorsey?
So it's number 4 then.
So then this would be his fourth. This would be his fourth OC.
That's bad.
Yeah.
So 2 been fired. One got promoted. He probably doesn't bring back Dable based on their relationship. McDermott hired Bean, and then I guess that's another good point too. Are you going to fire Bean and let him hire your next GM as well? Like usually like the way like it works, like you have the opportunity as a GM or a head coach like to bring in your own guy, and usually you only get that chance once. He's going to work on his 4th OC, and I mean I get it. Like 5th OC, I don't know which guy we're missing. Maybe there was someone before Dayball.
I also noticed this last week when the Bucks played, they showed Gruden in the stands. Tampa Bay actually brought Gruden back to like honor him. So I was like, wow, that's one more step. Now they're actually introducing Gruden back into the state, back to Tampa Bay. And I was like, man, if Pete Carroll was out there coaching it, like, what's Pete Carroll? I think 80 or 8.
Yeah, he's there, man.
He's there. Like
74, I think. Or
70. Oh, he's not. Okay. 74. So that's, I mean, I think Gruden's going to get another shot soon. I don't know who he's going to be with.
He'd be great with Allen.
My only thing with Gruden, I mean, I definitely think he deserves another opportunity as a head coach somewhere. I think Oakland just went about it the wrong way, and obviously, like that's just a shit show in its own right because Pete Carroll's there as well, and things look like crap there. But if Gruden's going there, they definitely have to have like a solid GM candidate there as well.
Yeah, he can't draft.
He can't draft. He can coach. He can coach up for sure, but they need someone, a true talent evaluator. And then that was Tommy just chiming in. There was a 5th OC under McDermott. 4 of them have been fired. Rick Dennison is the one. I don't remember that name. So
probably early years.
Well, 2017. Yeah, I just looked it up too, and Tommy chimed in as well. So 5 OCs. 1 was promoted to a head coach. 4 have been fired, and he might be able to pick his 6th guy and his 2nd GM. Oh boy.
3rd DC. It's not McDermott though. Yeah. It's not McDermott. It's everybody else.
So that's the concern there for the Bills. But I mean, we'll see. Like I said, like Tommy mentioned, that like I said, it's a very unlikely scenario. But if that were what to come, obviously they have to have those conversations, especially if names start dropping. Like I don't know if you're gonna get all these names like Tomlin and you said Harbaugh. Like I don't see all those names popping, but it might be a reactionary thing where it's like McDermott, Harbaugh, McDermott, Tomlin. Like I think
right.
I think Tomlin's gone because they went all in this year with their cap.
Yep.
This team is going to be gutted after this year. There's no like this is it.
I mean, if Tomlin becomes available, I think
Belichick.
No. Oh my God.
Hey, that name has been
and his girlfriend and his 20-year-old girlfriend.
Oh, why not?
she could be the GM.
I know, right? Jeez.
Maybe Belichick brings Josh McDaniels as an OC.
Oof.
Brings it.
Yeah.
Takes him away
I don't
from
know if
Patriots.
I can live. I don't know if I could watch another 10 years of that crap.
God. I don't think it'd be 10 years. I mean,
who knows, man?
Belichick has what, like 13 wins away or something like that from
beating Shula. Yeah, he can't come back.
Yeah, no way.
That old bum's got to stay gone. Gone.
Do they count his college wins?
Yeah.
That's like in baseball, like they talk about like what's his Ichiro with like 5,000 career hits, whatever, because you have like a bunch in Japan and a bunch over here. It's like, I mean, are you really gonna kind of like undermine like what like guys like fucking Pete Rose did back in the day, getting like 5,000 hits in the MLB and stuff, just because Ichiro came here with a bunch of hits in Japan? It's good baseball, obviously. Like the best players in the world right now are from Japan, but I think it was a much different sport back then.
Yep.
It's amazing. That one guy, the one pitch you can hit now. I haven't followed baseball.
Tony.
Yeah.
That guy's
Oh,
a
yeah.
monster, bro.
He's good.
Monster.
Mm-hmm.
He's
50-50. Who would ever think someone would ever do a 50-50? I mean,
Especially a power hitter. You know what I mean? Like, to get like 50 stolen
50
bases.
home
Like that's
runs, 50
40-40
stolen
is like, okay, you know, mixture of speed, mixture of power. 50 to get 50 home runs, you know, usually you're not stealing bases, but I don't know.
And he's not on the juice either, right?
No, well, they say
he's gambling.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't him. It was his close associate.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, the beginning of the year. I remember that.
Well,
That
I think it was the beginning of the 50-50 year. I think it was. It was like 2 years ago. Or maybe it was this year. I forget exactly. But let's go into the Jets Dolphins game a little bit here. As much as it's fun to talk about the Bills downslide right now, while they're still in playoff contention and we're all still dancing in the searching to be in the hunt. But you guys are in the hunt, so we'll start with you guys.
Yeah, mathematically, I'm technically in the hunt when I play the Powerball. When I buy but am I technically in the hunt?
You're hunting with balloons,
right?
I mean, yeah, it's in there. You never know, but I think I checked the numbers. We were still at 1%. So
yeah, it's
1%
very
not
marginal.
good. I'm not a math guy. 1%'s not good, right?
No,
It's
better than zero. I'll say that.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's
a Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yeah.
So what is your guys' like remaining schedule? I mean, obviously, like you would have to win out. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys don't have much margin for error.
Nah, but we got Steelers away Thursday night. Then we got a 10-day time between the Bengals at home, Tampa at home, and then Patriots on the road.
Is that the last game of the year?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys put together a string of wins. They might not even have to play anybody that game.
They're going to put the four stringers on and send Tommy's Bills home.
I mean, the Bengals, I think they've made a turn for the better. The Steelers, I don't know, man. I think they're definitely like on that slide. Aaron Rodgers is feeling it this year, definitely. I think he's done after this year. I mean, it's pretty 100%. Sure about that.
I agree.
We'll see against us. It's a division rival. We will talk about that game in a few minutes here. Tampa just hasn't been the same team like this year that they were coming into it. Like they may not even win the division. Like I think they got
so many injuries. Their injuries.
Well, yeah, their offensive line has just been riddled by injuries. And the receiving room, Mike Evans out.
Bucky Irvin just came back.
Yeah.
What was that?
Bucky Irvin just came back last week.
4 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't played. He's been playing like dog crap until now. You know.
Yeah.
And that Patriots, I don't think that Patriots game would be nothing because you still have Broncos right there with them. Somehow the Patriots have the tiebreaker on that. Maybe the Broncos lost a couple conference games. I'm not sure. Actually, no, the Patriots lost 2 conference games.
Crappy Bills can actually beat him, then maybe would make it something.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot have another AFC playoffs run through New England again, man. Come on, what the heck are we doing right now? What
am I retire?
What have our franchises done wrong to
Oh my God.
still be in our little like funk, and then the Patriots just right back at it.
It's lame. But you know what? Tell you the truth, I give that guy all the credit in the world. I don't like the Patriots. I hate them. I still hate them. But Kraft, he could have just done what everybody else did, rolled the last coach out. You know, he said, "Screw that. You're gone. Getting the best guy in here."
He did the right thing.
He got my stupid Stephen Ross sticks with Chris Greer for 50,000 years, and now he's sticking with McDaniel. I mean, just some people want to win. They know how to win. Other people are losers. And I'm hoping my guy finally figures it out. But who in their right mind would stay with Chris Greer after all that screw-ups? And Kraft, he went Belichick, you're out of here, which was hard enough. That's not an easy thing to do to get rid of Belichick. 1 year with the schmuck that was behind, his defensive coordinator or whatever, and he's out of here. And he saw Vrabel, he pulled him right in, and look what they're doing, man. It's like you got to be like that. And not all owners are like that.
I mean, look what Sean Payton did with the with Denver. I mean, Denver was a laughing stock in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they were really bad. I mean, they got lucky with the quarterback. You got the coach. Boom.
Yeah.
That's all you need. It's a recipe right there.
My owner tried to get him, went underhanded to try to get him, and he lost the first and third round pick.
I remember.
Why did he have to do it like that? Why
I don't know.
do it the right way, man? Hey, Saints, if he had just given a third round pick for Sean Payton when he was with the Saints, he'd have had Payton. He probably had his first round pick, but he had to be a schmuck.
Yeah, just
that's all it would take a third round pick.
Go all in for.
Yeah, even a second, whatever. He lost the first. He didn't get Peyton. He didn't get Brady. He lost the first and third round pick. He freaking rolled snake eyes, dude. What a putz.
It's weird. Like the Dolphins always came up with the good coaches, though. Like for instance, I mean, you guys had Shula forever, but then you got Saban, Urban Meyer. Who else came there?
We didn't get Meyer.
Then Urban Meyer.
Jacksonville got Meyer.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, it's Saban. Who was it?
Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville. That's who it was.
Yeah, Bill Parcells is the last big name we got besides Fangio as a DC.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, if you guys are like thinking a quarter, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Do you think they're going to switch out coaches this year or what?
Nah, nobody wants to come here. I'm telling you, almost 100% Mike McDaniel's back.
Really? You feel that strong? Shoot, damn.
No, yeah, they're proud. But I mean, I think it goes back to like, you just fire the GM. Don't you just want a clean slate? I mean, obviously, like McDaniel kind of finishes the season off strong. It's hard to kind of move in that direction. But don't you almost kind of have to like kind of start off fresh? Because then if you go into the season, it's like, okay, you hire the GM. Now you got to fire the coach. Now the GM has to hire a new coach, and then
talk about it, man. Take it over for me because I'm going to go on a rant for like 15 minutes here. I can't talk.
D, tell us, man. What's
D.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to see some tendencies, and I'm a big Mike McDaniel guy, but recently I've been seeing some things where I'm just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of. It's making me like scratch my head a little bit like, I don't know about this. It's looking a little shaky. But I think, obviously they went all in, 2023, and it didn't work out. There's some pieces that are still trickling off from that are still keeping us somewhat relevant in a good and bad way, probably, obviously a bad way financially with the Dolphins. But they're trying, I guess, to keep something, relevant to the fans and say, hey, it's not a full rebuild. We're going to try and figure some stuff out. We're going to fire the GM because it wasn't working out after so many years. But, now we kind of have this small little resurgence where it's like, hey, there's a little flame here and we have some players that we can build off of. But Tua's struggling. Mike McDaniel. I don't know. It's still a hot mess.
Come on, D. Say it like it is. Our ownership has started freebase.
Yeah, I mean it's rough. It's rough. But back to where we're at with we talked about in the hunt, and we're talking about the Dolphins Jets. And Anthony, I met a couple of week 4. When I was like, remember when the good old days, when it was like a rivalry and the Dolphins and Jets. And I remember I would go to the games in South Florida and it was like Dolphins and Jets fans just going at each other. And it was really good, and now it's like, we're like both of a shell of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we're the Jets 3 of 5 wins, which is a good sign. Dolphins 4 of 5, winners of 4 of 5. And now we're here at this game. And it's like, we're not going to go anywhere this year, but we need to see what our assets are. I think that's what this game is going to be about. And throughout the rest of the season is to see what sticks moving forward. You know what I mean? I'll say this right now: if the Jets want to win, they should play Fields. They should not play Tyrod Taylor.
They're not moving back to Fields.
They're done with Fields. Oh my gosh!
Because if you look at Fields the last game, he had a really good game against the Dolphins. I think he had like 200 something passing. He ran for like 80 something yards. He had a really good game. he brings that. And previously, when he played for the Bears, he torched the Dolphins. I wouldn't say torched, but he had a really good game against the Dolphins. So he's only played 2 games, and he's ran for like 200 and something yards. It's something crazy like that. So he's had really, really good games against the Dolphins. If the Jets want to win, they should play Fields. It's not going to happen. I think they're going to get Tyrod Taylor.
I mean, it's Tyrod Taylor too. He's one hit away from Fields being back in there. I almost thought that hit came last week. There was a third down play. Tyrod took a shot, like right on the sideline. He was down for like 5-10 seconds. Got right back up, finished the game, which I was like surprised because that guy. Anytime he takes a rough hit, you're pretty much done. That's
I agree with Tommy. I agree with Tommy over there, man. Use him as like a Cordell Stewart. He's been saying that for a while.
So they actually there was a report out this week that they actually approached him about that, and Jets reporters approached him about that, and just to kind of confirm if the story was true. And his response to it was very not the kind of response a guy that's fighting for his NFL career should have been saying. He basically said, like, my concern with that is you get a risk of soft tissue injuries, and that's probably not the best way of going about it, kind of thing. It's like, but same sense, like Tyra goes down, you better be ready to go back in there too. So not the most favorable answer for a guy that you're trying to get. I agree though. I think we talked about it a few times on our show. I talked about it a few times here. Justin Fields in that role, like if you want to have any sort of bit of a career left over, I think that really is probably the best case scenario for him because he's not a passer. Unless he makes some drastic changes in the mind, because he just doesn't have the confidence at all. There's got to be some major changes to the way he plays quarterback. I honestly don't see it. I think this was his last real opportunity for it to kind of salvage his career the way he's played quarterback this year. But who knows? Sometimes quarterbacks.
He's a multi-millionaire now. He doesn't care. He's a multi-millionaire.
30 guaranteed.
Yeah,
he's done.
How much was it guaranteed?
30.
Woo! Go Jets! J-E-S-T-S! Go Jets!
Hey, you know what though? I had no problem in the beginning of the year giving him that contract, only because listen, we moved on from Aaron Rodgers, and there was really no picking of the litter. So you had an opportunity maybe to strike something with this kid, but it just never panned out. It's between the ears. These kids don't have it. Some of them, I mean, look at Zach Wilson. You've seen a lot of these kids don't have it.
He's great with the mothers, though.
Yeah.
He's a genius with the mothers.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, we talked about it a little bit. Like, Tyrod gives the Jets the best chance to win, but I don't think it really, makes a difference overall with the standings. Like, I still see the Jets winning. I mean, last week I said I see them win 2 games. And now it's 5 games left. Maybe they could squeeze out another game or two. They got the Saints. That's likely a win. Maybe they steal one of these other games, but we'll see how it goes. But I don't know that Justin Fields moves the needle in other direction. I don't think Tyrod moves the needle in any other direction. I think they're just kind of like, they'll be where they'll be, whether it's Justin Fields at quarterback or Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. Because I think I still do see some talent in this team. I think there is still something there. There's something to work off of. A lot of young players that are kind of being thrust in roles and taking advantage of those opportunities. Obviously, there needs to be, a major shift, and that's what all this draft capital is for. And they're going to have $100 million to spend in the offseason. We actually did a show last week where we kind of predicted the offseason. We do it once a month in the middle of October and middle of November. What better to do? While other teams are talking about fighting for the playoffs, we're talking about the draft and the offseason. What better way?
Story of our lives the last 15 years, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Sauce, minor injury. He'll be back in a few weeks is what they're saying. Calf strain, not Achilles, so good stuff there. But there's talent there, and they'll be able to influx with a lot more. Four picks in the first 2 rounds this year, 4 picks next year in the first 2 rounds, 3 in the first. So 8 picks in the next 2 rounds over the next 2 seasons. You can basically shape your entire roster however you'd like. And with over, I think, what we do it? $100 million cap this year, $150 million cap next year.
Almost $200 million,
yeah. There's no reason why this thing can't be turned around.
D, we're screwed. D, we're screwed.
Well, the biggest thing is the Jets have to find that freaking quarterback, man. That's at the end of all this crap, all this draft capital is sweet, all this money is sweet, but if you don't have a quarterback to kind of utilize those resources you're going to be spending all this money on, spending all this draft capital on, it really does not matter. The Jets have been in situations so many times. Don't forget, we were in a very similar situation when we traded Jamal Adams a few years back. We had all this first-round pick. We had 2 picks in the top 10 in one of the drafts. We got
Who'd you get that year?
Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson. But the
that's
year prior,
no matter how you slice it, that's a huge win. Dude.
Yeah, but the year prior,
when you got
the second pick,
first-rounders,
second pick overall, we get Zach Wilson, and we had Elijah Vera Tucker. We picked in the first round too. So 2 years.
Just imagine if you kept Darnold and developed him, and he would have been a solid.
I mean, that was obviously a topic for conversation because we could have gotten the same package you guys got from the 49ers probably. Yeah. The 3 first-round picks. So you're talking about not only keeping Darnold, but also having those 3 first-round picks, the additional 3 first-round picks that we already had from the Jamal Adams trade and our own picks. Yeah, no, you're talking about. But the thing with Darnold, though, I think the right coaching staff could have maybe turned it around, and maybe Saleh and LaFleur actually was cooking some stuff when he was there. He actually looked like a pretty decent OC. He gave Mike White a 400-yard game. There was a couple other quarterbacks that came in there. Dom, you could probably remind me of a couple.
Johnson.
Josh Johnson came in.
Yeah, Josh Johnson. And you had
300-yard game. Joe Flacco had 300-yard games.
Yeah.
Just Zach Wilson just did not have it at all. Terrible draft pick, number 2 overall.
The whole draft class was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know. Mac Jones, man, he started looking good with the 49ers.
I mean, but that's Shanahan, man. That's Shanahan.
It is Shanahan, and that's where Darnold needed to go. He went to. Did he go? Who did he go to first to? He went to Carolina with who? Who was the head coach there?
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule, offensive mind, right? Then after that, he goes to
San Fran.
San Fran. He works with Shanahan, and then to Minnesota, he works with O'Connell, right?
Oh,
bam. I mean, he's worked with some good offensive minds, and now he's with Seattle, just blowing things up.
Freaking O'Connell, man. I like that guy. He's like a quarterback whisperer, but he's got the wrong quarterback for it. He's quarterback not hearing it, man.
Feels so bad for him. But they shot themselves in the foot. Let him walk for nothing, dude. I would have tagged him.
They should have tagged him.
I agree. But anyway.
It'll be interesting because if you think about it, where Aaron Glenn came from, they've drafted with sprinkling a little bit of everything. They've drafted well on the offensive side, and they've drafted well. They've hit somewhat. I think Hutchinson's a hit as far as a draft pick. He's a stud. Gibbs. And they kind of went with like a game manager with Goff. So it'll be interesting to see if Aaron Glenn kind of goes with that same template. I know he was a former defensive coordinator. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what you guys do. It will be.
I was telling him right before you guys got on, I said, listen, if we're out of that quarterback, like this year, if we're picking let's say 8 to 10, most likely Mendoza or Simpson, they'll be gone by then. To trade all your assets to move up, the Jets are not there yet, right? So you know what? There's the Ohio State Buckeyes have 4 players that are projected to go in the top 20, we said? 4. Just get 2 of them.
I think so, yeah.
That's it. I don't care what 2 you get. That's a winner right there.
Yeah, top 20 for sure, I think. Got Downs, you got Arvell Reese, you got Caleb Downs.
McDonald. And
maybe. Sonny Styles. That team's an NFL defense, man. That thing that's crazy. And I think last year they also had a bunch of first and second round picks come out too. That is running a good show over there.
And even the quarterback is phenomenal. What's his name?
Julian Sand.
Next year.
He's coming out next year though. He's 2027.
That's what I'm saying. How about that?
And you guys selected Membo, I think, right? This
Membo is phenomenal.
He's doing good. Okay.
Yeah, he had a rough game. He had a rough game this week. Wasn't his best. A couple penalties. it wasn't his best game, but when you're nitpicking on an offensive tackle in his rookie season, that's usually a good sign. But no, he's been basically flawless for most of the season, going up against guys like, TJ Watt in his first game, just like kept him silent. The Myles Garrett game, I think, kind of gets highlighted a little bit because, he's on a tear right now where he's got like 11 sacks over like 4 weeks. And over those 4 weeks, the one game in the middle is the Jets only allowing 1 sack against them. It's like, all right, offensive line is looking like, like maybe there's something there.
Shano's looking good. You guys got good bookends. Titman's doing good.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a replacement left guard and center in those mid rounds. That's what you're supposed to get him with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah, I think I think center will be the main target in the draft. I think they bring back maybe I think they'll bring back Myers, but on a cheap ass deal or whatever. Probably bring back either Vera Tucker or Simpson. Probably Simpson because Vera Tucker is probably, he's probably gonna want to go to a team that has like, head of the class medical department because his injuries have just been. He's an awesome offensive lineman, awesome run blocker, but that guy needs to figure out what his injury problems are. They're all like freak injuries, but when it happens so many times, you just need.
Yeah, you got to move off him.
Yeah. He probably goes to the Eagles and wins Super Bowl over there, just like Mekhi Becton did.
Probably.
Just the way it goes. Everyone leaves the Jets.
Whatever he does, whatever Roseman does, it's gold.
Oh, yeah. No, he'll find that. ABT will be, signing a 5-year contract, $50 million or $70 million the year after an all-pro season, Super Bowl title. Man, how do these teams get it right, man? And then we just, we're basically cycling through friggin' GMs and head coaches like some people cycle through the toilet paper. It's just friggin' insane.
That's
crazy.
And bad front office, bad people who are pulling the strings on our team. What did Dolphins trade for Kyler Murray? Jets trade for Watson? I think that's Tommy's ridiculous with he's just putting stuff.
Yeah, he was talking to Sean Watson a few minutes ago too.
He's just getting all upset because he thinks maybe his team won't make it to the playoffs. He's getting bitter and lashing out.
Hey, I'm watching. It depends on which Watson you get, though. I'll tell you. The only thing is, there's too much drama with this guy.
Well, there's been too much in between from like the last time we saw him.
Yeah, he's washed. He's so washed.
It's far beyond that. But I was watching the other day where Arizona's going to try and get some capital for Kyler Murray, but because of that contract, it's a situation where they might have to go back to like what the what the Broncos what Houston had to do for Brock Osweiler, where they traded Brock Osweiler and his contract to whoever the hell they traded him to. I think Cleveland actually, where Cleveland actually got additional draft capital with Brock Osweiler, and got like a 4th round pick or something like that. Like
he's terrible.
They basically bought draft picks. Basically.
So what happened with Kyler with Murray? They just benched him. That's it. Like
no, he's on. I know he's on IR.
Right?
He's hurt. Okay.
Yeah.
He is on IR, but I think that's more of an internal way of saying like, hey, we're moving forward with.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if his injury is really end of the season type of injury. I think it's more you're not going to be here next year, so we got to move forward. But that's an interesting situation too. There'll be too many teams needing quarterbacks. They're also picking top 10 too. So like,
yep.
That's another reason why like this just isn't the year for the Jets. If it was like 1 or 2 teams up top where you have to try and hopscotch a little bit, you're gonna have all these friggin' teams and it's looking like a 1 quarterback draft too. It looks like Mendoza might be the only one declaring. We'll see how the playoffs go, but you're gonna have way too many teams trying to fight for one guy, overpay. Like this is a beautiful year for Tennessee. Say, hey, picks for sale, or the Giants because Giants are picking number 2. Hey, that pick is for sale. Send me your best offer, and they might get like that, like King's ransom, like the Rams got that one year for what's his face over there, RG3, the 3 first-round picks, or whatever it was, or like what the Dolphins got for Trey Lance of all people. Like, guys, oh my god!
And we did nothing with it.
I mean, you had fun football for a couple of years at least, but yeah, no, I got you. It's you always want more, but damn.
You know what it was? It's like getting picked up higher and higher and higher just for the fall.
It's definitely
all
a
it
deeper
was.
pool. It's harder.
Well, you know what it was though? Like they used a lot of draft capital to bring in veteran talent instead of like using it. Like you guys brought in Bradley Chubb was one of them. Tyreek Hill was the other, which obviously like the Hill move at the time was a solid one. I got you.
We trade a whole draft for Hill and 2 first-round picks for Waddle. 3 first-round picks, a second, a third, a fourth, couple of fifths for 2 receivers that are both small.
The Waddle one at least makes sense because you have a key receiver. He was outstanding. I know he's coming off the injury when he came out, but he was outstanding
for the 10th overall pick, and he's doing better than Waddle. I'm not saying he's as good as Waddle, but I think they're pretty close. You could have stayed where you were and had Chase.
Oh, Jamar.
No,
you could have had Sewell. You could have had what's his face Parsons, and you spent 2 firsts on Waddle and then a whole draft on Hill. Right into the
yeah, I mean, double dipping on wide receiver is probably a little bit crazy, but
and no offensive line.
Yeah, well, that's always
with a small quarterback who's got an injury history and a run game coordinator that you hired.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, I like having you guys on, man. It makes you feel a little bit less bad.
I was gonna say, I thought we had a bid right in.
It makes you feel a little.
The truth hurts.
It makes you feel better. It makes you feel less like shit.
Dude, Miami, it's the cocaine.
At least you can commiserate together. At least there's some entertainment there.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God, it's so ridiculous, man. It's absolutely insane. I just don't know.
Yeah. Jackass.
Let's get into this game though. I guess we'll start with Dom. This Jets Dolphins game. Give me your first thoughts about how you see this game playing out. We'll be on the positive side a little bit. So Dom, tell me how you think the Jets can get away with a win in this game. What needs to go right?
Oh, what needs to go right, boy. Cold weather, snow. I mean, honestly, it's going to come down to which Tua you're really going to get. All right, if Tua comes out and plays, we're going to get mopped. You know, A-Chain is going to have his game regardless. I mean, that guy is just a freak. I mean, we can't get to the quarterback. You know, it doesn't matter how bad your offensive line is. You know what I'm saying? So I really do feel that if Tua plays at least like decent ball and A-Chain does his thing, you guys will win probably like a 17-14, maybe 20-14. You know, that's how I see it. You know, and keep that 1% getting a little higher. That's what we want.
Maybe 1.5%.
2%.
Oh man,
that's how I see the game panning out.
All right, Captain, do you want to give your thoughts?
I'm kind of on the same spectrum as Dom, but I think this is going to be a close game. I was looking at the weather. It's going to be cold. It's going to be high 30s, 40s. There might be some rain there. But I think the Dolphins need to. I think we're trying to find this new identity of running the football, and it's been working. We've been doing some stuff on the offensive line, doing a little different package and it's been working. We're bringing in another offensive lineman. It's like a jumbo package, and everything's working great. A-Chan's, he's racking up the yards. Which, by the way, A-Chan is looking like he is the part. That's going to be an interesting decision in the future, what we're going to do with him. But, he's looking to –
Year 3, year 4?
I think it's year 4 now. Curtis, is it year 4 or year 3? I think it's year 4.
23, 24, 25. Next year is the 4th year.
Okay.
Next year's the 4th. So you got another year.
He's on the cusp of, of matching Ricky Williams. You know, that's what he's on the cusp of. So, there's some decisions that need to be made there. But back to the game, the Dolphins need to try and continue to run the football. Bijan Robinson had a big game last week against the Jets. He ran all over you guys. We need to try and do the same, is continue to run the football and get our tight ends involved. You know what I mean? Waller had a good game in week 4. Let's get Dolchich out there too. I want to see more Dolchich. It's not just the hair, but I want to see him. I like this guy. I want to see.
For me, it's the hair. I want to see the hair. I want to fantasize.
Yeah, I want to see these tight ends getting some work in. The bad thing is that I'm not too sure what's going on with Tua. Tua struggled mightily against the Saints. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. This is going to be a close game. Even with Tyrod Taylor playing, I'm going to pick the Jets. I'm going to pick the Jets on this one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going the Jets. We're just not consistent enough. That Saints game last week could have easily gone sideways. I don't know if Anthony or Don you watched it, but it was, there was a pocket there where things could have gone bad for the Dolphins, and the Saints are not a good offensive team. Defensively, they can hold their own for a little bit, but offensive wise, there's no reason this game should have even been as close as it was. I got the Jets. It's going to be cold, possibly raining, and the Jets had a good special teams outing. They've been finding ways to win. This is going to be a really interesting game because both teams are trying to fight for a win. Like I said, 3 of 5 wins for the Jets, 4 or 5 for the Dolphins. I got the Jets edging this one out.
All right. You want to get a score prediction? You want to save that for our show with Tommy on Saturday?
I'm gonna say
Tommy already gave his prediction. We'll see if he holds for the next.
Oh, he's close.
The next 4 days.
He's close. I'm not gonna say the same score, but I feel that score. I'm gonna say Jets. Yeah. Jets 16, Dolphins 9.
Low scoring.
Yep, very.
Dolphins defense has been playing better over the last few weeks. I know last week they had still a good defense. Oh, Saints, that team looks like terrible on offense. But I think you had like a span of 3 weeks or something like that where you guys were putting up 11, 16 points or less.
Yep.
So you guys are trending, especially the way the season started for you guys. That defense looked like it was trending in the wrong direction. Definitely moving better. Curtis, what's your thoughts on this game?
Well, it's going to be interesting because I think Taylor gives you better options because the way you beat the Dolphins, they can stop the run. But if you keep pounding them, they're kind of thin and they have a tendency to make mistakes. So we've lost all the games that the opposing teams rushed more than against us. And so you've got to run that football and keep running it and sticking with it. And eventually, then our defense starts to break down. You got Waddle and you got what's his name, Stevens. They'll probably match up. You got weaknesses. Your safeties aren't too bad. You got Sherwood. Your Taylor and Thomas aren't so hot. We got some guys that can match against you with the Waller and take advantage of that. Washington. Our offensive line is not that good. It struggles at times, and then it's Tua. But to me, A-Chain is just so devastating. And if it's not wet, it's turf, which is going to make him faster. I think it's going to be hard unless – but, with McDaniel, he can go into this fantasy land where he just forgets about the run for a quarter. So you never know with fantasy land McDaniel. Is he on the right meds and he's got his game plan on and he comes out, opens up smart, or does he decide to throw it? I don't know. Do you guys really stick with it? I still think Tyrod can dish it out a little bit and keep it. Because when you played us, you really didn't have a pass game. You had the one big pass at the end of Williams. What's his face? What's his name again? Fields. Fields. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He was sitting back there like this, like 3, 4, 5 seconds. I think Taylor could dish it out. It's going to be a good game. And I want to say the Jets are going to win because I think my Dolphins are going to choke. But then I think about my Dolphins. Their job's to hurt me. And so they'll want to win this one just to screw me out of more important. I know they're going to screw me, but it's like, what's going to create the biggest screw job? And so I'm trying to figure that out because, they're in cahoots with the football gods. And, so I don't know. Are you guys trying to – I thought you guys were purposely trying to tank. But when you played us, you guys called all man. I was like the most insane thing I'd ever seen.
Though. That's what Wilkes does. It's so crazy.
If you call a man like that, and it's not like gusty and breezy, I think we win. So there's a lot of variables. I'll just say the Dolphins are going to win, but do I really believe that? No. So I believe in it almost as much as I believe we're going to the playoffs. But there's a chance for you guys. There really is. Because you just it's got to be running that football. Because once you start running that football, our team starts getting nervous. And then we do like you guys. We love to give that game away. We forget. We think it's football when we arrive, but then halfway through we think it's hot potato, and we just want to give it away. So I think it's going to be like a game of hot potato with some kind of crazy 10-minute end or 5-minute end or something. Maybe we'll win, maybe we won't. I don't know.
Tommy, with a little history lesson here. Dolphins with Fielder, Jets with McCown. Who wins today?
Well, I'll say this real quick, and I was thinking about this, is that it seems like the Dolphins might, if you go back to the Jay Fiedler and Ricky Williams days, it was run, and Jay Fiedler was kind of just a game manager. He wasn't very good. We were impressed by Jay Fiedler when he torched the Dolphins that one year when he was at Jacksonville and I think they put up like 50-something points on us or something like that. And then they were like, oh yeah, let's bring Fiedler on. And Jay Feely, he wasn't bad. He could use his feet, but he was kind of a game manager. It seems like, I don't know if Tua's hurt or he's dealing with something, but right now it's kind of just like, we're going to just concentrate on running, and Tua, just don't screw this up. And even last week, there's a lot of questionable throws, but so I'm sorry. What if Dolphins had Feeler as a quarterback and Jets? I mean, who wins?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not McCown. We could put somebody. McCown wasn't too bad.
Leo Lemons.
Feeler wasn't that bad either. He was decent to watch for a little while.
Yeah.
I think Feeler just had so much pressure. When he came along, like Dolphin fans wanted him so bad to be better than Dan Marino. It's hold your horses, guys. We're talking about at the time, Dan Marino, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. You had just
he was really like Mike White, though, if you think about it. He's like a Mike White, but he just had Ricky Williams, a Hall of Fame defense, semi-decent, receivers and offensive line. I remember I flew into Miami, and I freaking hated Juan Stash. I couldn't stand that guy. And it was right after Marino. And I fly into a hotel and I go in there and there's a damn magazine on the coffee table. It says Dan Marino, who? Jay Fiedler. And I freaking threw that thing, man. I didn't watch I didn't watch a lot of Dolphin games for a couple of years until we got Ricky. That guy's a putz. We've been freebasing since 2000.
Oh my God.
Who did real quick, sorry, when McCown was playing for you guys, who was your receivers? I remember when he played, but who would be the receivers back then? Because I'm really thinking about this question. I know Feeler had Chambers, he had Gadsden for a little bit.
So McCown was there when
we had Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson was our top.
Okay. Chosen.
We had, what's his name over there? Oh my gosh, it's gonna piss me off. Oh man,
it was the years before we got Darnold, where the receiving room was very
was that when you guys had the former Steelers receiver who's he was good?
Was it Enunwa?
Enunwa was there, yeah.
Yeah, Enunwa was there. He was the one I was thinking of. They had a whole bunch of nobody.
I think he was already going through his injuries though at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Josh McCown was there for 1 year, the year that we were sucking for Sam. We ended up with the 6th pick, and I think Enunwa was already starting with his injury problems with his neck stuff. Maybe he had a good year, a decent year there, but for the most part, he was already kind of battling through his injuries. That just kind of derailed his career. But he was a pretty damn solid receiver when he was healthy. Big guy, but the problem was he lowered his shoulder way too many times and started developing those neck problems.
Yeah, that was all over for him.
Derailed him. Jets had Vic. Jets had Tebow. You can go down the line.
Let's go down this rabbit hole with Tommy's.
Oh my God, it's just insane, man.
But I'll tell you right now, but no one's got it worse than Cleveland.
Yeah.
That list is, I forgot, I've read something or seen something. It's like in the last 20 years, what was that? There was
any list with Zach Wilson on it doesn't get much worse than that.
Oh my gosh, dude, it was horrible.
Oh my God, Zach Wilson. Oh my God. And we were convinced that guy was the second best quarterback in whatever draft. I don't care how bad the rest of the draft class was. Dom, did you give a score on this game or no?
Yeah, I was saying I'm thinking Dolphins win. I'm thinking like 20-17, 20-14, somewhere around there.
It's going to be around that range. Like
it is. It's going to be an ugly game.
24-14. Some teams they're going to both be in that range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who chokes? Who fumbles the ball? You take it. No, you take it. No, I'll take it.
Range. It's gonna be a slippery ball, you know.
Yeah.
So I got to rewind here to a comment that I saw a few minutes ago. Jets have 0 interceptions on the year.
Wow.
They actually set an NFL record for most games to start a season without an interception. Tua's had his moments where he gets a little lackadaisical with the ball. Now he is like undefeated against the Jets. I don't know if it's like 7-0. I'm going to say this is the week the Jets get their first interception of the year. Finally put an end to this ridiculous drought. It's just insane that we're 12 games into the season, or 13 games, 12 games into the season, and still without an interception. Wow. I say this is the week they finally get it. I don't know. I think the Jets are riding a little bit high right now. 3 wins in the last 5 games.
They're riding high,
Anthony. We're going to be challenging the rest of the way to try and just get ourselves like on a blip. Maybe like just for the Jets, like instead of having in the hunt, they're like somewhere around the corner, you know, there's like a little extra segment for just for Jet fans to see ourselves on some sort of graphic that isn't just like, why does this team suck so bad? But yeah, I feel like the Jets are riding a little bit right now. There's a fun rivalry. It was a long time. You know, Captain D, you mentioned it earlier. Like there was a point in time where this was fun football to watch. I just hope it's like a start of something to like kind of get both of us moving in the right direction. Maybe it's what we need. Maybe screw the Bills, screw the Patriots. They can have their fun this year, but next year we're all coming back.
Yeah,
they're going to be bottom feeders. We're working our way to the top. You got to start somewhere, right? But no, I like what Glenn's doing, and you guys know I was bashing him for weeks and weeks and weeks. I think he's finally got his handle on things over there. Is he changing the culture? I'm not 100% there yet, but I think there is something brewing. We'll see what it turns into. But I'm going to go with the Jets in this one. I think their defense is playing better. And with Tyrod back there, he can make some completions. And the Jets are home. That gives them a little slight edge. The weather, maybe it kind of creeps into their favor a little bit. Just a lot of factors going into this decision. We'll see how it goes, how the weather looks going into the game. But I'm going to go with the Jets, and I think we're all in the same ballpark. I'm going to go with 21-17.
Yeah, you see that, D? He invites us on his show, and then he makes fun of our team. You know, you learn about guys when you get invited on their show, man. They stick it to you. Yeah, we're getting hot. We're going to run you over. Yep. Tua's going to give us the pick. Oh, man.
I'll tell you right now.
Listen, I'm just going based off, like, you see what happens in the league? Like, sometimes, like, the ball just, like, kind of, like, floats the wrong way or something happens where it just falls in someone's hand on accident. Like that hasn't even happened all season long. There's got to be something.
Crazy! It's been that long since you've had an int.
I don't even know. Like
he's a good guy. He loves to give. I mean, you know, look, I'll give you the interception. We'll take the win.
There you go. I'm cool with that, man.
I'm trying to look. Okay, we did get 2 interceptions the very last game. Season against you guys. There was 2 interceptions that game.
That was the last. Those were the last 2.
Yeah, those were the last 2. So I was looking really quick to see when, like, if we like ended the season with some sort of weird 3 or 4 weeks without a pick or something like that.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was Eccles. Or were they both Eccles?
No, that was Ashton Davis.
Ashton Davis.
That was Ashton Davis that we got now.
I wish we had him back.
Ashton Davis had both of them.
Yeah,
that's right. I think I do remember seeing something like where, like, I think Sauce had one interception last year too. Like the last interception by a player still on the Jets was like something like middle of November or some shit last year.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
I'll tell
Maybe you guys will grab a cornerback this year.
Oh
my God,
dude, I don't know.
What are we gonna do?
If Tua throws a pick in this game, they're already talking down here in South Florida about what they're seeing, and if we lose this game and Tua throws a pick, it's gonna.
Forget about
it. It's.
I mean, if you guys to go to New York and lose, reality is, I mean, listen, we are probably very even in a lot of factors. I mean, you got a lot of injuries too on your team. You know, I mean, running backs, you got slight edge. Chain is definitely better than Brees. Tua is definitely better than Tyrod. Your receivers now are definitely. I mean, I know you only have Waddle. Who's the other receivers there?
Washington, Waller.
Actually, Washington's been playing pretty decent. You know,
yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got the edge over receiver without Garrett Wilson. I mean, so you always have the favor to win the game. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, but you guys got You guys got the offensive line, and Brees, if he doesn't fumble the football. To me, that's what this. I do a lot of studying about trends, and if you look, basically, if you're top 10 in rushing attempts, you have a 90% chance to not have a losing record. If you have bottom 10 rushing attempts, you have 80 to 90% to have a losing record. And if you go through the games, time of possession, running the football, and then production in that running is huge definers in the current game. And so you guys have the ability to drive that football. We could drive it to the exteriors, but basically pass balance demands interior running between those tackles. That's how you change the leverage. You got to shift the leverage to get those wings open and the deep open to draw that blitz on play action. It's really about, but you guys could drive that. We really can't. We got no right guard. We got no right tackle. Our left guard, we spent it the second and third on. He's probably one of the worst in the league. Decent center, but he can't move anybody. But you got small DTs. And Paul, who's pretty decent and big. But when you look at your offensive line, it should be able to drive on us. It's just that commitment. So there's a chance. There is a chance. I think it's about strategically and tactically, and it's got to be about body blows. This game's got to be about body blows.
Yeah,
that's what I see it.
Back in the day.
Yeah, it's back, dude. It's back. It is. The cycle has turned, man.
It has.
Brady and Manning tried to the league, and that started the cycle, but that thing started ending around 2019. I think you're going to see fullbacks come back.
I love it. I like that power eye, man. That was a great offensive.
Oh yeah,
setup, man.
Yep. Yep. They got to, because all these defenses are small defenses now. Pass, coverage focused defenses, and that's even on first down. So, you got guys like Ricard in the league. There's another one or two, but I think you're going to start seeing like an H-back shift, a more emphasis for that H-back who can line up in the back. Because even our team, we're running the 6 linemen now, 27% a game for the last 3-4 games.
Yeah.
And who would ever heard of that,
Yeah, true.
So it'll be interesting. It's going to be an interesting game.
What do you guys think happens? Moving forward with the Dolphins, obviously,
do we have to?
Well, I'm just wondering. You guys are in kind of a salary cap mess next year. I mean, I know you guys cut Tyreek Hill. You guys can post June probably.
Yeah, still we're gonna have almost 50 million dead next year.
Actually, no. Even if you guys post June Tua, you guys can't post June Tua. You'd still take on.
He's with us next year.
You guys still lose. You guys kind of have to keep Tua on the roster. Maybe you guys can trade him, but I don't know. If someone's going to pick him up or not. I mean, someone will probably send something. Yeah, it's a really weird situation.
Thanks, Anthony. First, you make fun of me. You predict my team to lose, and then you gotta drag me down nightmare lane. I appreciate that.
I got in my own head. I was talking
Send me
about
some razor blades too while you're at it.
No, I got in my own head. I said, listen, hey, this would be the start of both of our turnarounds. I'm looking at your guys' situation. Like, I mean, honestly, like, what do you guys think like happens with the rest of this roster? I mean, there's gonna be a lot of change. Chubb is probably out. Hill's probably out. Like a lot of good stuff is going out. Like, do you guys think you keep Waddle, or do you guys trade him for some capital to kind of move forward?
No, they'll keep him. They could have traded him this year at the time, but Tommy's stupid Bills decided not to trade for him. They were trying to hold for the first next year. How you liking that, Tommy?
Which I said at the time. I'm surprised Dolphins didn't take that because
first.
I mean, in all actuality, they're probably looking at a quarterback in 2027 because you can't get out of Tua's. And now it even makes more sense when I'm looking at their cap stuff.
But you're looking at this as if my team is sensible. They're trying to create a optics obfuscation so they can get their money man and Garfunkel to run the team and their interim GM to be the GM and to bring back McDaniel, because if they cut Tua, so if they get rid of McDaniel, they got to lose $25 to $50 million. Then they got to get another head coach. You think you're going to get anybody here to work with Tua? So what are you going to do? Get rid of Tua? That's another $50 million. You'll be out almost $100 million. And who really wants to come here? So don't look at it like trying to win. Think about it. I'm trying to fool my fan base the best I can so they think we're going to win. And then what we'll do is we'll sacrifice somebody at the end of it when they start getting angry. And then we'll tell them we're going to do it again the next time. And then it'll get rehyped and hoping out for the next year. And then they'll do it again and again and again. That's what we do. That's how we run it here in Miami.
For you guys, like, I think like what needs to happen, like, I mean, obviously, like,
am I wrong, D? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously. I think the Dolphins are gonna. I think anything is on the table right now. You know what I mean? I think these next couple of weeks are gonna tell a lot as far as what the Dolphins are gonna do. There is some pieces here that can be, you know, resurrected, and we can make something. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's some pieces here. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we got the leading tackler at linebacker. You know, corner. We're not. You know, we're. You know, it's rough. There is some pieces here. But we're gonna see in these next couple of games what's gonna happen and where the direction of the Dolphins are going. But what we do know is Tua is under contract. He's under contract. He's not going anywhere.
No.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Waddle is on a nice contract. He's not going anywhere. And we got to see, you know, what we're going to do with Achane. I think they need to wait another year or something like that before we. No,
he's not. He's going to go into next year and demand a contract. If he has a very productive season, stays healthy, he's going to say, "Screw that, I'll hold out." Why wouldn't he? He's 180-pound back. You think he's going to bang himself out and blow his ACL and get bupkis? Nah, he's good. Just like Cook did with the Bills.
You know, even at the running back position, I think that they have a lot there. There's enough there to where you could have, you know, you have Ollie Gordon and then you sprinkle in a little Jalen Wright. I mean, he was, you know, thrown to the fire, and he's back in there making an appearance here and there and showing that he wants to be a part of this team. But there's stuff there that can happen, but who's going to be leading the front? You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest question. You know, and
McDaniel.
1 second. Not to cut you off, whatever, but Dom has to head out. Wrong way. Dom has to head out.
It's nice to talk to you, Captain D and Curtis. Yep. Nice talking to you too. And we'll do this again sometime real soon.
Yep.
100%.
Good luck to the Dolphins.
We need it. Good luck to you guys. It could be a good luck.
Take care, guys.
All right, Dom, talk to you.
Have a good night. Take care.
You guys still good for a little bit, or you guys need to head out?
I'm old, man. I gotta take my Geritol. I gotta hang out for a few more minutes, wrap it up and stuff. But
we can wrap it up. I mean,
I'm going down.
hate to bring you down the misery path, whatever, but I don't know, man.
I'm a Dolphins fan. I made that pact when I became a fan.
I think you guys are kind of like where we were at, like going into this year, like not as much of a salary cap situation, but I mean things could clear up for you guys the following year, 2027.
Yeah, 27 starts.
Yeah, is when you can really kind of start kind of moving things in the right direction. And I mean, the biggest thing for you guys, and I don't know, like, have you guys heard of any interviews for GMs at this point? Like, have you guys even started that process yet or no?
No.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Like, okay, so for me, think of it this way. You've got Chris Greer, right? But then you take the money man, sure, and cut his purse strings. So you know his team sucks. You know you're cutting the purse string, so you're really cutting his manhood off. So you know he's going to flop. You know it. But you hire Champ Kelly, who's been a GM, an interim GM, assistant GM, and then you bring him in, and he's everything you want, exactly like a Greer. He's like a tech guy. He's more than Greer. He played football. And so you got him in there, and then you're going to fire Greer with 2 months left in the season. So you've hired Champ Kelly, you've groomed him, and you're going to keep him here for 2 months and then go hire another GM to replace him. Or he's coming here then to take a step down after being interim GM. It makes no sense. They're going with Champ Kelly, and they're desperate. That's why they didn't get rid of Waddle. That's why they only got rid of Phillips. That's why McDaniel was in on the conversation and decided to keep Chubb, because they are desperate to keep the optics, to keep McDaniel run this thing again in 2026, and then maybe 2027, get rid of him and get rid of Tua. But I think they fully intend to keep Champ Kelly long term. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. You think it's a situation where, like, they run it through next season with what they got right now, and then maybe in 2027 when the position looks a little bit more attractive from a standpoint of we got all this cap room, maybe you guys trade away some assets. I'm not like – obviously there was some intrigue to trading Waddle. Like, I'm not saying you guys will do it or not, but there was obviously some intrigue there to kind of build towards the future. I honestly think if the Bills were giving you in 2027 first, you guys probably should have done it because that's really the year we target to where this thing could turn around for you guys a little bit. Like, it almost seems like maybe they do run it back with McDaniel for another year. Run it back with Champ Kelly. You guys have, you said? I know he was with the Bears for a little while, right? I think the Jets brought him in.
He wasn't good.
And I know the Jets brought him in for an interview, though. I think, if I remember right, for one of their 1,000 GM openings over the last 20 years.
I'll leave it at this. I mean, this could be an interesting crossroads game because, you know, Aaron Glenn, this is his first season, and a win would show that, you know, hey, there's some movement towards growth. And I think a loss for McDaniel could be even more detrimental, obviously, to him staying with this team, and they could possibly, completely. Champ Kelly, there's nothing written in stone. I mean, that he's going to be here, but I think the Jets losing to the Jets on the road. I've been on you guys know it. I've been there. I'm preaching about McDaniel and that these guys are playing for him, and they have been. But it would be disappointing, and it's a very good possibility they could lose Sunday, and that would. I mean, if I was an owner, unless Tua screws it up, then they'll blame him. If Tua throws 2 picks or has like a bad game, it's already been pre-positioned. Don't you understand? The media optics have been pre-positioned for the next sacrifice. McDaniel's not the next up to be sacrificed. It's Tua. It's Tua.
Yeah. So if you lose, come on, you know it. That's what we do. We get the guy ready to fall so he can save the next guy. That's what it's all about.
Yep. I could see where it could be heading in that direction, honestly. But
I tell you what, I'll map it out for you guys. Next year, you run it back with what you got. 2027, I don't know if you guys heard, but University of Miami has a former Dolphin player, Jason Taylor, as their I don't know if he's a defensive line coach, defensive coordinator. I don't know what he's doing over there. but you guys bring him in to be your head coach, and I can hate him again for the next.
Oh my God.
Anybody but McDaniel. I'm tired of that stuttering idiot.
No, all good, guys. I appreciate you guys hopping on.
Thanks,
Curtis,
man.
you want to give a couple minutes to tell everyone where you can find you? Captain, you can do the same right after he's done.
Yeah, you can check me out. I'm with George on Finn's Faithful on Saturday mornings. Then I'm right after that with Tommy and you and Captain D and Juan doing AFC Shakedown at 12. But then I do my own channel, Ace Per Head. It's weird, but that's the guys who sponsor me. I talk football. I'm trying to get out of just doing Dolphins. I used to actually cover the Jets and the Bills and the Patriots. So I try to cover all football conversations. I'm trying to get back there, but mostly Dolphins. So you can check me out there.
No, we can tell, definitely. Appreciate you having you on, Chris.
Thank you, brother. Always. You're great, dude. I really like you. I think you're like I'm like my wife says I'm a bloodhound for people. I know a-holes probably because I'm one of them. So I can like me. So you're not though, man. You're a good guy, dude. You really are. And you're smart too. You're smart too. So I appreciate it.
Captain D, give us your where we find you.
Well, thank you for having me on, Anthony. It was fun. It's this whole. I've been telling Tommy and I probably haven't obviously communicated this to you guys, but this year has been a lot of fun, despite the ups and downs of our teams in the AFC East. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you for having me on. You can find me every Saturday in the AFC East Shakedown on the Mafia Sports Report or whoever might be whoever's platform might be on. And then if you want to see really good Jets and Dolphins content, you check these guys out right here. You know what I mean? Curtis at Ace Per Head. He keeps it real. Really, some of the best content. I watch him religiously. And then obviously Jet stuff. You can get it right here on the Jets Live podcast.
All right. Appreciate you both for hopping on. It's been an hour and 45 minutes, much shorter than the AFC Shakedown, but we only talked about two teams.
You're right. It was good.
On our course. But it's been a lot of fun, guys. I really do appreciate having you guys on. Got to do it again. Curtis, if you have any shows coming up this week, you want me to hop on, happy to do so for you as well.
Yeah, I'll talk to you and try to get something going for a Friday, matchup thing.
All right. Appreciate everyone for joining. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Tommy was out there. He was giving us some love.
Tommy! Your bills are going down.
A lot of fun. Good having Dolphin fans on here. Hate the Dolphins, but these two guys have been killing it on our show. It's been a lot of fun. Let's go Jets.
Be good, brother.
All right.